Okay, it's live now. Except I don't have, huh?
What's the title?
Huh?
What's the title?
It's inside of Facebook.
Oh, Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you have a Facebook account? Okay. It's look for the group Al Minhaj, AL hyphen Minhaj
Oh,
3 study group. And I need someone to let me know if you hit. I need someone to let me know if you hear me. Okay. Minfado, excuse me. I need someone to let me know if you can hear me there. Okay. Cause with all that I did, I hadn't put my headset in. It's not the best of nice not the best of nice to be me, I guess. Okay. Okay. That was Sister Aisha. That was you. That was at the doorway of the group. Okay, she's in if she needs the access. Okay. It's our Manhaj 3 Study Network. Can am I in the room and can you hear me? That's the uh, can testing. Can do we have anything? Oh, that's what I was asking for. If you all said yeah, I certainly didn't hear it. Okay, all right. Have you found that group? Huh? It's Al Manhaj 3 Study Network. Manhaj. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. It's okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulih Kareem. Wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Wa ba'd. Inshallah ta'ala, we want to begin our. That's you. Yeah, you're in now. Yeah, that was you, right? Stay do. Yeah. Okay. Alhamdulillah. Because that way you can go in and what I have to present, it'll show where it says live. Yeah. So whatever I couldn't get printed out, you can. All right. You can follow from there. Now. Okay. So inshallah ta'ala, we want to cover the Arabic. What we're doing in the Arabic 101 is we're going in two directions. Okay. One, we want to remember the reason that we're learning to read the Arabic is so that we can read the book of Allah Ta'ala, and we want to learn to understand the meanings of the words so we can read the Quran with understanding, and we can read the authentic hadith with understanding, and anything that's authored by any bona fide scholars, we want to be able to read that with understanding. But in the process, we're using two sources. We're going to be using the Quran for one of our sources for learning to read the Arabic and learning its meanings. And we're going to be using a book, books 1, 2, and 3 from Madinah University. This is the courses that, like, for decades, people have studied at the University of Medina to learn Arabic, and they've used these books 1, 2, and 3, and they've had pretty good success in their 2-year Arabic programs. Now, what I want to do is, remember I always say the vocabulary is king. As long as you work in your vocabulary, then your reading, your understanding grows. Grammar helps make sense out of a lot of things. You know, you have two words. You have the fa'il and you have maf'ul. The fa'il is the one who's doing the action, right? And the maf'ul is the one that the action is being done to. So grammar helps you when you're reading something. Say, okay, if they say you have two names, you have Saleh and you have Abdullah, you know, and in the middle of it somewhere is the word hit or struck. But based on how it's written, you might not know if it's saying Saleh struck Abdullah or Saleh was struck by Abdullah, you know, so that's where the grammar comes in. But at least if you have the vocabulary, you know something happened here. Somebody got hit, you know, and somebody's not too happy about it, right? So you got the idea. Same thing, you know, with the Quran. So I want to begin our discussion from the Madinah Book, inshallah ta'ala. So the first lesson, we're going to go through every lesson in the Madinah Book per week. But the thing is, anything that we can do in between to progress us, then that's what we do. If it doesn't, it's 22 lessons. If it doesn't take 22 weeks, that's fine. But we're not going to rush just so we can say we finished the book. We want to be thorough in every lesson. Agreed? Right? Okay. So the first lesson in the Madinah book is Haadhaa. The Sheikh began with this word Haadhaa, and you'll see on your screen that we have a different slide. He began with Haadhaa because Haadhaa is what sets you in motion to begin sentences almost right away. Because you know what happened? Because it printed the pages out from the last to the front. That's why I don't have the first page printed out. I'm sorry about that. Okay. So Haadhaa is a word that means this is. Okay, Haadhaa, this is. And Haadhaa is what's called Ismu Ishara. It means it's a demonstrative pronoun. Haadhaa is a word that points to something. It means this or this is. Okay, so that means if you know Haadhaa and you know one other Arabic word, you're already having a sentence, right? If you, right? So if you know that bait is house, you now have a sentence in Arabic. Haadhaa bait. This is a house. Okay, there is no is word in Arabic. There's no to be verb in Arabic. So it's a given. If you see Haadhaa baytun, it means this is a house, like that, okay? So Ismu Ishara means demonstrative pronoun. It points out something. Ismu means it's a noun. In Arabic, there's 3 parts of speech. Where get up off the floor, little girl. There's 3 parts of speech, where in English we have 8. But those 8 parts of speech are covered in these 3 parts. So most things are covered under what's called ismu, the nouns. So the nouns, the pronouns, things like that are covered under ismu. So this Haadhaa is called Ismu Ishara. Ismu Ishara means a demonstrative pronoun. It points out, it indicates something. Ishara means to point out. You know, somebody did something wrong and they were hiding in the crowd and somebody said, he's over there. Ishara, yeah, it's pointing it out, indicating who did it, right? So Haadhaa is pointing, this is, okay? And it's what we call lil mufrad. Lil mufrad means the word, that just that piece. We were talking about how some letters in Arabic are 1-letter words. The letter lam with the kesra means for, to, or regarding, okay? It belongs to it. So lil mufrad means for, and mufrad is a word that means one or singular. It means basically, I should say singular, not one, but singular, as opposed to dual or plural. In Arabic, you have singular, dual, and plural. Okay, so in this case, it says Ismu Ishara Lil Mufrad, meaning it's an indicator of something that is singular. Okay, Al Mudhakkar, and Mudhakkar means masculine. So Haadhaa is a word when you're referring to something that's singular, right? And a lot of it gets easy because in English we don't say this is an eggs, you know, right? I mean, if you had a carton of eggs, somebody says, "What is this?" You say, "Oh, this is eggs," because it's, you know, combined like that as a noun. But in general, you would say these, right? So this Haadhaa refers to something singular and masculine. So we have another word in Arabic down the road that refers to when something is feminine singular, because if it's a person, like a lady or a girl, if it's a person, or if it's some noun, some object in Arabic that is considered feminine instead of masculine, then we use a different word referring to it. We wouldn't say Haadhaa. Okay? And then it's al-Qarib. The word Qarib means near. Allah uses this word Qarib a lot in the Quran to refer to those Muqarribun, the people who are the near ones, the ones who in the hereafter they're closer to him as opposed to the ones who are further away in the hellfire. So Qarib is with a qaf, Qareeb, Qarib, and it means near. So Haadhaa, for this is, refers to something that is singular, masculine, and near. Because you don't point over there and say, this is a bookshelf. You say, that's a bookshelf, right? So a lot of it automatically makes sense in English, but we look at its use, it'll make sense for us in studying Arabic. And finally, it refers to something that's al-aql. The aql means the intellect, right? And then it's wa and ghayru aql. This word ghayr means not or other than. You know how we say in Surah Fatiha? Ghayril Magdubi, right? We're saying not like the Magdubi. You see, ghayr is like unlike or not like. Ghayr is different, other than, okay? Like if there's a hadith and it'll say, fi jami' Sahih Muslim wa Bukhari wa ghayrihum. It'll say in the collection of Imam Muslim and Bukhari and other than them. So Gaira means other or not. It's a contrast, like it's opposite of whatever that is, right? So here it says Akul and Gair Akul, that which has the intellect, right? So the word this refers to something that is singular, masculine, is near, has intellect, or doesn't have intellect. You could use this whether it's a person, place, or thing. You say this is brother so and so. This is the so and so. This is a rock. This is a truck, right? So you see, you use this no matter whether it's masculine, feminine, human, or not. So when you say akal, it refers to the human beings and the shayateen, the angels, Allah, things like that. You say who. And other things, animals and inanimate objects, you say what? See what I mean? So Haadhaa refers to both of those, though. This is a dog to this is a human, okay? So our first page, we have some pictures. And I think I have, you see a picture in there of a house, a masjid, and a door. Yeah, the earlier pages somehow didn't work for me because they printed last. They printed after the ink ran out, right? Okay, but you see it on the screen? You all have it on the screen, right? Okay, what we want to do is, remember I said vocabulary is king. So from now on, whenever you can, know English, meaning that whatever you can deal with, you deal with. But I'm saying, like, for the vocabulary, try to refer to things this way. Now, on our screen on the top right, we have one of those places that people live in, right? Okay. And this thing is, under it, it says Haadhaa bait. So this is a bait, right? So we say, I got to go back to the bait. See, if you exercise it like that, even if you don't know a full Arabic sentence, become accustomed to using the Arabic words for the nouns, and then you'll find that it comes into place. So this word bait, okay, because it's not on everybody's screen, this word bait is referring to, there's a picture of a house, okay? Haadhaa bait, right? Okay, Haadhaa bait. This is a bait. The next one is Haadhaa masjid. Haadhaa masjid. Now remember, the masjid and the bait, if you notice, there's that dhamma, but it's the dhamma, the tanween, right? The dhamma has this, a double dhamma. So you say, Haadhaa baitun, Haadhaa masjidun. Now remember, when you're making a statement in Arabic, when you say the word by itself, or at the end of the sentence, you don't really have to pronounce that last vowel. You don't have to say, Haadhaa baitun, or baitun when you say it by itself. You can say bait, Haadhaa bait. It's just that in the grammar, when you see it written, that if the vowels are there, you'll see that dhamma. So then you know what it means is it's a house. It's not a specific house. It could be any house. This is a house because we don't have an a word or the word for an, etc. Okay. Then the third item on the left is the entrance way, the way that you enter into a place. Haadhaa bab. Haadhaa bab. Okay. This is a bab. This is a bab. So when you see this thing that you pass through, think of it as the bab. Think of it as the bab. This same word for bab refers to gates, when you're reading a book, it refers to different chapters of the book. Haadhaa bab. So you make the, as the saying goes, you let observation be your guide. You'll be surprised how much you learn by just making it a repetitious habit of doing certain things a certain way. Okay, Haadhaa bab. Then we have the next screen. We have 6 items here. On the top right, this is a kitab. Now, what you want to do, if you can't do it now, of course, you can always review the video later, whichever works for you. But you want to write everything because you want to get your hands in a relationship with writing the language, and it also makes the words familiar to you because the words are sight words. You know how we learned or taught children sight words. You recognize the shape of the word. The word save has a shape. The SAVE, it has a shape. You can look at it. You don't have to look at the word save and say sa-a-v. You see it, it's saved, right? It's a sight word. But some words, when we teach our children, because it's a silent E, so it's a sight word. You can teach the child and then pronounce the silent E like this. No, you just teach them to see the word. This word is saved. If you see that E on the end, that E is telling you ignore it and make that A long. It's a sight word, right? Okay. The next word, that object that you see in the middle, the second object, that's Haadhaa qalam. Haadhaa qalam. This is a column. It's what you write with. Haadhaa qalam. Okay. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that when Allah Ta'ala, 50,000 years before Allah created other things, He created the pen. He told the pen, the qalam. I said it in English, didn't I? He said to the qalam, aktub, write. And the qalam said, ma aktub, what shall I write? And he told him, write everything that's going to take place from now to the day of judgment, right? So the qalam is very important for us because our scales are based upon what's written over us, right? So the qalam is an important word to us. The next word, Haadhaa miftah. The miftah is that item on the top left. If you don't have that on this page yet, right? On the top left, we got 6 items on the screen going straight across, 2 rows. Top left, it's a key. Haadhaa miftah. Now this word here, you know how we recite this surah of the 7 most often repeated ayats, right? That surah is called. It's a surah that we recite. It's referred to as the 7 most oft repeated ayats. Isn't it called Kitab, the mother of the Quran too? Mother of the book? What surah is that? It's a surah that if you make salah, if that surah is not recited, you have no prayer. Fatiha, Surah Fatiha, right? It means the opening, right? It's the opening surah, it means the opening. And Fatah means to open. If you look at this item here, this thing called the key, one of the things you see in Arabic is that when you have the letter meme for that M, the letter meme, when you put, the root word here is Fatah, to open. When you put the meme in front of a word and you put a kesra under it, it's now describing the tool that does whatever it is that you need to do. So the key actually opens things, right? Like, for example, we talked about 1-letter words. Okay, meme is one of those words that has this impact. For example, when you prostrate on your face, everybody knows what that's called, right? Huh? Okay, but when you do 2 of them, because we do 2 every time we go down, right? Which is called sujood, right? Okay, and where do you do that at? Where's the place that we come to do that? Masjid, right? So when you have a word, the root word like sujood, sajda, right? When you put meme with a fatah in front of it, it describes the place where the thing is done. You see what I mean? And when you have a word, meme, if you put the letter M, the meme letter, right, which equals M in English. If you put that in front of sujood, right, and you put a fatah, the a vowel over the meme, it turns it into masjid. It refers. So the letter meme affects words three ways. If you put the meme in front of a word with a kesra, with the I vowel, it describes the tool that does a job. Okay? You put the meme in front of a word with the fatah, the a vowel over it, it describes the place that you do whatever it is. If you put the meme with a dhamma, the u vowel in front of a thing, it describes the one who has those characteristics. So you have jihad, the one who does it is called a mujahid, right? The meme with the dhamma. You have hamd, praise, the one who merits praise is Muhammad, and so forth and so on, right? Islam, the one who has the characteristics, Muslim, right? Iman, the one who has the characteristics, Mu'min. You see what I mean? So this is how it works. So here you have this key, this tool used for opening, and it's called miftah because it has the meme with the kesra. It's called miftah. That's the key. Okay. Now look at this picture here on the bottom right of the 6 items. Notice right above it is the kitab, right? Root words kataba, kaf, ta, ba. That's the root letters. Kataba refers to write, book, office, library. All of these root letters, kataba refers to them depending how it's used. Now we said that when you put the meme, that M letter, when you put the meme in front of the word, root letters, and you put the fatah over it, it describes what? The place where the thing is done, right? So this word here is haadhaa maktab. Maktab is the desk, right? Put your book on the desk, you do your reading on the desk, right? And the word maktaba is library, the place where you go read books. You see what I mean? All right? Okay, so this is maktab. So the picture of the desk, haadhaa maktab. This is a maktab. So we have a kitab, qalam, miftah, and a maktab. Everybody got it? Okay. The next one, you get sleepy and you go haadhaa sarir. This is a sarir. You go sleep in a a car? No, I'm just kidding. No. I thought that's what you said. No. You sleep, I should have said you sleep on a bed, right? This word sarir is interchangeable. It can refer to a couch or a bed, right? And we find our way to either one of them sometime, right? Can't make it to the room. You know what I mean? If the couch comes first, you find yourself on that, Okay. Then the last image on the screen is haadhaa kursi. Haadhaa kursi. Kursi is chair. Don't that word sound familiar? Like ayatul kursi, right? Kursi, chair, throne. See, it's interchangeable. There's other words for chair that we'll be getting into down the road in the discussion, okay? So you see how I was saying that even with the alphabet, with this level of the study, there's still always something that you can benefit, for down the road, right? Okay. Right, so now I'm on the next screen, and I want to talk to you about this next word, which is ma. Ma, meme with an aleph. If anytime you see a word, a letter with an aleph after it, aleph is always there to make the A sound longer. That's his job. It's not there, so if you ever find a word that doesn't have vowels, if you see an aleph, it's following something that's elongating an A sound, okay? Like in salam, right? In mujahid, okay? Haadhaa. Now, here we have the word at the top, ma. Meme, aleph, ma. Now, ma means what? So we have ma haadhaa. That means, what is this, right? Ma haadhaa, what is this? So now you have haadhaa. You have haadhaa bait. This is a house. But since I come up, I look, what in the world is that? I don't know what that is, right? What is this? Ma haadhaa. So when you use the word ma, it's implying you have no idea, right? What the thing or whatever the situation is, right? You say ma haadhaa, what is this? Right? Okay, so when you see the the next line, it says ma, and then it's giving you a description of what ma is. It says ismu istifham. Ismu istifham. Whenever you see the ismu first, it's letting you know that it's under the category of nouns. Okay, a type of, under category of noun. Ismu. Istifham. I want you all to look at this word. You see the word, the second word in red, istifham, after ismu? Yes? Okay. This is one of those words that's made up of a couple of words. Okay. The first part, ista, on there is to seek something. Okay, ista. The aleph with the sin and the ta right there, that prefix means to seek something. You know how we, ista. It means to seek. When you recite Surah Fatiha, right, you say Iyaka nasta'in, right? That na on the beginning is us, we. Na is the attached pronoun meaning we. Nasta is we seek, okay? And the word ain means aid, assistance. Nasta'in, we seek aid, okay? Here you have the word ista, it means to seek. The root word here is the fa, the ha, and the meme. The root word in istifham is fa, ham, and meme. And it means fahm. Fahm means understanding. Okay? Understanding. So ismu istifham means a noun seeking understanding. What it really means is it's an interrogatory. It means it's asking a question. Could you imagine if life was like the way the Arabic language explains it? That when somebody asks you a question, they're really asking to gain understanding instead of starting trouble, right? Or instead of trying to find out he say, she say, or instead of trying to pry, whatever, whatever negative reasons people have for asking you questions. Istifham means seeking to comprehend, seeking to understand. So it means interrogatory. If you just translate it straight in Arabic, it would mean an interrogatory. So ma is a word that asks a question. However, it asks a question about specific things. That's why it says lighair, for other than al-aql. Ma is a question that you use to ask questions only about things that don't have the aql, only about animals and inanimate objects. You never say regarding a person, ma hadha, what is this? Right? You can't say, ma hadha, what is this? We would, that's like insulting to call somebody, I'm not a what, right? So here's a couple of things across the line. This next line says, ma hadha means what is this, right? Ma hadha, what does ma hadha mean? What is this? Everybody agrees, right? What is this? So the answer here says, hadha kitab. This is a kitab. Is this answer appropriate to match the question? We said that ma only asks questions about things that don't have an aql, right? Inanimate objects and animals, right? So it says ma hadha, and then the answer is hadha kitab. That answer match the question? Okay, so that's sahih. It's correct, right? Okay, there's your check mark. Okay, next question. Ma hadha bab. Ma hadha, what is this? Hadha bab. This is a door. Is that answer correctly matching that question? Yes? Okay. Tell him what he won, Bob. Tell him what he won. Okay. Next one. Okay. Next one. Ma hadha rajulun. Hadha rajulun. Huh? Yeah. Which means man. A man. Not rasul. Rajul. Now. So it says hadha rajulun. This is a man. Ma hadha rajulun. Is this question and answer correctly matched? No, because no. So ma can't apply. You can't say ma hadha and say this is a man. Agreed? Okay, so let's see if we're right. There's the X. Okay. Unless, you're mad at somebody, man, what's this? Put this dude in here. Okay, all right. Okay, next one. Man had that. Man, a man. Yeah, Regulum. Now that vowel on the end, Regulum, is like UN, a soft N, Regulum. All vowels, I mean all nouns basically end with that sound, when it's written. Otherwise you just say Rajul. Rajul. Yeah, Rajul. The root word is Rajul for man. Grammatically you put that Dhamma, like that, Rajul. Okay. The next one, man had that. Haadhaa walad. Haadhaa walad. Haadhaa walad. What is this? The answer, this is a boy. Walad is boy. Is this answer appropriate to this question? You need some help with something? Anything that I can clarify? Mm-hmm. Ma hadha rajul? Oh, ma hadha bab? Yeah, it's babun. That un sound is really soft and short. And remember, since you have that aleph, you're going to elongate that fatha, babun. So think about it. The word is actually bab. Portal, the portal that you come into the building through. Yeah, the door. I'm trying to avoid saying door to say, like, when we look at the Arabic words and describe it to a thing, we want the word to remind us of the object as opposed to the English word for it. You see what I mean? That's how it really settles in. That's a bab. Okay, so all night that's gonna be a bab. This is already a masjid. We still don't know where mosque came from. There's a lot of discussion about it, right? But masjid, okay. All right, so the last one, ma hadha walad. Walad is a boy. So ma hadha, what is this? Hadha walad. This is a boy. Does this answer appropriate for this question? So that's not the right question to ask because it's a person, right? Okay, alhamdulillah.
So it's a person you use.
It's coming.
Okay. That's what you said.
I
thought I missed it.
No, it's coming because that's the order. A man, Rajul, a man. Okay. It's funny because those same root letters, with the change of the vowels, is also a leg. Rajel. Yeah. Okay, so next screen, we have at the top, Haadhaa sarir, right? Remember, sarir is a bed or a couch, right? Haadhaa is this or this is, okay? When we put the aleph with a hamza over it, with the fatah, we have That's another one of those one-letter words. The aleph with a hamza and fatah over it, it's a one-letter word. It's an interrogatory. It's different from ma, and I'll show you what I mean. So you have Haadhaa sarir. This is a bed, right? We put the aleph in front of Haadhaa, and it becomes Haadhaa sarir. Is this a bed? It makes it is this now. It's a question. Okay? So ma Haadhaa is what you ask when you basically have no idea what the thing is, right? What is this? What in the world, right? I had that. You're taking a guess at what you think it might be, right? Is this a bed? I had that masjid. Is this a masjid? Indeed. I had that bab. Is this a door? No, it's a door, right? So when you put the aleph in front of it, you're making a question that's asking and you're taking a guess at what you think it might be. When you say ma, you're just saying from the foundation, I don't know what this is, tell me what it is, okay? So this letter this one word, is called Hamzatul Istifham. It has a Hamza over it, right? It's called Hamzatul Istifham. It's a Hamza seeking an answer. It's an interrogatory. Remember, Istifham means seeking understanding, seeking an answer. We use for math. It's Hamzatul Istifham. But here's the difference with that from math. Hamzatul Istifham, it says Harfun Jawabuhu. Harfun Jawabuhu. It's a harf. Remember we said 3 parts of speech. You have an ism, you have the fa'al for a verb, and you have harf. Harf is particles that by themselves, they would never mean anything. You could say in. P. In what? It can't make a statement by itself, right? But verbs and nouns, they can make a statement because you can say something. You can say a person's name. You can tell somebody to run. They don't have to worry about run where. It's run to save their life, right? But with particles, they don't give you any meaning all by themselves. So when it says it's hamza to istifham, it's seeking an answer. It's an interrogatory, harfun jawab. The jawabuhu. Jawab means answer. See you again. You still got my number? Threw it away, huh? That's all right. Okay. You don't call, you don't write. Take care. Assalamu alaikum. So, harfun istifham. It's a particle, okay? I'm sorry, harfun jawab. It's a particle. It says jawabuhu, okay? The word jawab means answer, The who on the end of it is what you call an attached pronoun. The who means he or it. Since in this case it's not a person, it's saying it. So it's saying it's a harf, jawabuhu, it's answer, right? Everybody with me? So it's saying, Assalamu alaikum. Oh, I thought you were going, I'm sorry. Okay, alhamdulillah. Okay, so it's saying, Hamzatu istifham, it's a Hamza that's asking a question, right? Harfun jawabuhu, it is a harf, a particle, little girl. It's a particle, its answer. Jawabuhu means its answer. Okay, so it's a particle whose answer, its answer is na'am, which is yes, aw, which means or, la. Okay, aw la, na'am, aw la. It's a particle. Its answer is yes or no. Okay. So that's what the aleph with the hamza on it, when it goes in front of a word, in front of a statement, it turns into a question. It's a particle that's asking a question, and its answer is a yes or a no. Right? Ma is a question asking from the outset, what is this? Seeking information all the way across the board. When you use the with the aleph, you're asking, because like again, you're taking a guess on what you think it might be, right? Is this a truck? Somebody's going to say yes or no, right? Naam or la. Now, in polite society, somebody would say, you say, Haadhaa sayara, is this a car? Right? In polite society, somebody would say, la, Haadhaa maktab. No, this is a desk, right? In impolite society, people would be like, la, and go back. They leave you hanging. They don't even explain what it is, No, they look at you. Is this a hospital? La. And then you left hanging because you bleed, you need help. If it's not a hospital. But in polite society, you say la, haadhaa such and such. Right? Okay. So let's see. We said that this is a question. This is a question that asks for a yes or a no. So the next line, here's the question. Haadhaa sariru, is this a bed? Naam. Is this a bed? So the answer would have to be one or the other. The answer, naam. Haadhaa sariru. Yes, this is a bed. Okay? Yes, this is a bed. And you have the next question. Haadhaa kursiyun, is this a chair? Is this a chair? Haadhaa kursi, is this a chair? The answer, la. Haadhaa rajul. No, this is a man. Right? Because with the you can ask, because haadhaa can ask you about about a human being or an animal or a thing, but ma can't ask that because ma is what? Right? But you can say, haadhaa ukhti, is this your sister? Right? You see what I mean? But you can't say ma haadhaa. Yeah, for when you're talking about a who, you can't say what is this, right? Okay. So now we have a list of items on the left. We have three physical things on the left and statements on the right. The first statement at the top is Haadhaa bait. And it's a picture, of course, of a place where people can live, right? So that picture on the left is a bait. Haadhaa bait. And then up under it is the question. I have that bait. Is this a house? And then the answer. Na'am. Have that bait. Is anybody having any question about what we're seeing, what we're doing right now? Are there any questions? What you can do, like at any time when you have time, you can actually review the video. The things that you want to write down, I'll go slower on those pages, so you can actually write down. You know what I mean? The things that you would need to write down now, I will go slower on so you can write them down now. Otherwise, huh? Well, these things are for review. I'm going through it with you now, and what you do is you're reading it with me. The idea is you're reading it with me, and I'm giving the meanings, and then when you review, you have it and you can write it down. You see what I mean? Now, if you all want to write this down, I'll wait. Really, I'll wait. If you want to write it now, I'll wait. Okay, and that's why. So each word here, right? The advantage of the technology that we have now is that you actually can note some things. Then you can always go to the video. You can press stop. You know what I mean? And you can make your vocabulary words on a list. Make sense? Right? So maybe tell me if I'm missing it. When you say that you need to work on vocabulary, is there something that you need me to do differently?
Well, I understand what you're doing now. It's just that when I just see the whole Arabic, it just takes me a while to process.
Okay. The idea, what's taking place when I'm reading it, like as a sentence, had that bait, what I'm also doing is, it's not just making sure you read it, but I'm also acquainting you with the words, their sounds, and their meanings as a statement. Because isn't that what we did when we came out of our mother's womb? We heard things when we were still inside. And after a while, with people talking around us all the time, and after that first word, everybody was looking forward to that first word, then they couldn't get us to stop saying words, right? And then so we learned what we were hearing, and it became part of the language. We learned what we were hearing. So you're actually working your reading and you're listening at the same time. And then what you hear now, when you go back and review and you're writing it, you make your vocabulary words, whichever methods work. Everybody has different methods. Some people use flashcards. We already had that conversation, right? Some people use flashcards. Some people just have repetition. Some people go over a thing, just like the dictionary, just look up the dictionary meanings, But what I'm doing here is giving the reading, because since you already know the letters, if you can read it, then that's the part you're working on. You read a sentence, have that bait. You're already working with Arabic by saying have that bait. You already know a sentence in Arabic. This is a house, right? So you've already accomplished one sentence, if nothing else, each time. I have that bait. So now we know how to ask. Is this a house? Like you might say, you don't know how to say rocket. So you might say to your family member, I have that rocket. Is this a rocket? Right? So you're still working with what you know, even if you're mixing the English in between there until you find out what that word is. Then you say the whole thing, so everything you do in the house, thalaja, the refrigerator is thalaja. So you say, let's get an example. Aina katab, where's the book? Right? You say, I left thalaja. It's on the refrigerator. You start working a little bit, or you say it's on the thalaja, even if you don't know Ayla. You work the words that you have, make them part of your conversation, even if it's the only Arabic word in a whole paragraph. Put it in there. See what I mean?
So if you said,
I'll meet you at the bait instead of I'll meet you at the house. Huh?
I was saying, like, if you said, for example, Haadhaa, Haadhaa, Haadhaa mean?
Haadhaa means what is this?
What is this?
Right.
So if it's a thing, you just say Haadhaa Kitab.
If it's whether it's a person or a thing, if it's a person, you can't say Haadhaa. And we're going to get to what you say when it's a person, right? If it's a person, you can't say ma. Okay, that's what we're going to come to after this screen. Okay, so we say ma Haadhaa, referring to the thing on the left. What is this? It says Haadhaa qamisum. This is a qamis. This is a shirt. Okay, Haadhaa qamisum. The next one is Haadhaa. No, Haadhaa sarir, because remember we say Haadhaa, you're taking a guess on what you think it is, right? Haadhaa sarir, is this a bed? Pointing, referring to this chair on the left. The answer is la. Haadhaa kursi. La. Haadhaa kursi. Everybody see that? Haadhaa kursi. Okay. Yes, whenever you say a word by itself, or you say a word at the end of a sentence, you don't have to say Haadhaa kitabun. You know, you don't have to say that in speech. Someone was asking a question. You don't have to say that in speech. When you say a word by itself or at the end of a sentence, you can drop the vowel, whatever the vowel is in that particular case, okay? On the next screen, we have Haadhaa miftah. Is this a key? But the picture is a picture of a column, picture of a pen. So Haadhaa miftah. Is this a key? La. Haadhaa qalam. See, so the aleph with the hamza that asks a question, it asks a question that requires a yes or a no. Ma asks a question saying from the outset, I don't know what it is. Tell me what it is. What is this? The when you put in front of it a statement, is asking for a yes or no. If I say anta Muslim, I'm saying you are a Muslim, right? If I'm just meeting you and I don't know, I say anta Muslim. Are you a Muslim? You see what I mean? Like that. Allah Ta'ala uses this in the Quran when he challenges the disbelievers, you know. He asked them about, you see the seed that you place in the earth, or even in your own selves, like in your wives, you know, are you the ones who created, or did we? He says, antum takhlaqunahu am nahnu khaliqun. Antum takhlaqunahu. So he said, antum. Antum means you, plural, all of you folks, right? So he said, antum, did you takhlaqunahu? Did you create it? Or antum, or nahnu khaliqun? Or did we create it? But Allah Ta'ala does that a lot. Antum, is it you or is it we? Antum, is it you or is it we? So you say anti-Muslim, anti-Muslima, right? Anti-Muslima. If you want to ask the question, you say anti-Muslim, and the answer is a yes or a no. It's not, you know, I'm kind of a Muslim, or, you know, I'm sort of. No, it's a yes or a no, right? So it asks for a yes or a no. So Haadhaa miftah, is this a key? La. Haadhaa qalam. This is a pen. So then on the left, we have a picture of one of those things in the sky that people tend to worship and get into, the horoscopes and the zodiac and that whole thing. It's called a star. So it says, Ma Haadhaa, what is this? Haadhaa najmun. Haadhaa najm. Haadhaa najm. Star is najm. Okay? Haadhaa najm. Okay. So on this next screen, we have what's called tamreen. Tamreen means exercise. Now, what you want to do, you have time, is you want to go to this section and you want to write this exercise, and it's asking the question. I'll read it out, and then, but you remember that when you have the word ma, it's asking a question like I have no clue, right? So ma Haadhaa means, what is this? Is she right?
Yeah.
What is this? Is she right? Everybody agree with her? What is this? Right? It's the question that we can't ask about a person, right? Ma Haadhaa. Okay. So it's asking you the question about the thing on the left. So what you're going to write, this is part of your homework. What you're going to write is the answer to the question. There's a key on the left. It's asking you, may I have that? So you're going to write had that and whatever that item is called. Okay? Right? The next one is may I have that? And then you're going to write whatever the item is on the left is called. Okay? May I have that key. Okay, the first one, had that miftah. I'll give the first one, right? Had that miftah. The next one, may I had that book. Now I'm going backwards and doing the English, right? So the idea is that you want to write the answer. Somebody asks you, what is this? You want to answer it in Arabic. Had that, so that way you get into the practice of writing it. If you were answering verbally, you say had that kitab. If you're writing it and you're using the vowels, then you put that dhamma with the little tail or the two dhammas, okay? Yeah. If you're writing it, you're just being grammatic with the and dramatic with the dhamma, right? But if you say it, just say had that kitab, okay? And then on the bottom, man had that thing there looks like a pen or something, right? Had that column, okay? It's gonna make me do the work, but you all still have to write it though, okay? Write the answer to the question.
So you just pronounce the word, the last letter of the word.
Right. Yeah. Right. You drop the vowel sound when you're speaking. You drop the vowel sound when you're speaking when it's a word by itself, or when it's the word at the end of a sentence. You drop that vowel. Now. Okay. So the next one is tamreen, which is exercise. And this is still part of the same exercise. It's just more of mahadha. So you have mahadha, then you have this portal, this entryway on the left. Mahadha, hadha bab. So you're going to write that though. See, nothing's really passing because you still have to write the answer to the question. You're supposed to be working me. Okay. And then the next line, mahadha, and we see a building that people live in on the left. Mahadha, hadha bait, right? Hadha bait. So that's the answer. You have to write the answer for the person, okay? That's the exercise to write the answer. And then the bottom one is that chair again. Ma had the chair. I thought I was going to do Arabic. Okay. Ma had that courtesy. This is a chair. So you're gonna write had that courtesy. You're gonna write the answer to the question. That's your assignment. Now, of course, it would only make sense that you write mahadha before you write the answer, right? So that way you already know you're writing both parts. You're writing mahadha and then the answer. Hadha bab, mahadha, hadha bait, mahadha, hadha kursi. Okay? Alhamdulillah. No, okay, those who can bring it in person, what you can do is you can clip it. You can take a picture of it and you can email it. Here's the email address. Yes. But you can't. There's no upload section there. I'm giving the answer now. You can email it. Take the email address down. Info at al-manhaj manhaj -3.com. Info at al-manhaj3.com. You take a picture, take a picture of your work. You can let that go, baby. Yeah. Rest some. Why? Why you want to see how much charge it is? You want to play with it? See? Busy. Okay, so okay, little scientist. All right, so when you do the work, this modern technology is working, right? Take a picture and then just attach it to an email saying, I'm done. So you got to say, I'm done. Okay. And then I can check everybody who isn't able to be available. I can review it and we can put the marks on it and alhamdulillah, keep moving. Because we want to mark it, not like you did good or you didn't do good, but we want to, it gives me a sense of what everybody's needs are, where we're strong, where we're weak, or whatever. But remember, you have the advantage of having the time to actually make sure you have it right because you can review it. I mean, you can actually go back over the video and say, okay, that thing there, that's a quarter C, and just write it, right? Has a quarter C. But the idea is not really like, do you know it or not? The idea is that you're getting it. You'll be getting it. You'll be surprised. You can't, it's hard to gauge how you're learning language except by when you get to use it. Okay? The things we're talking about tonight, some of it might seem like a lot, but you'll be surprised how much you're keeping. And then what you're not keeping, you'll get it again. You know that saying like but I used to tell the men in the prison, for example, like if you're striving Islamically, then because there's a world out there where you don't have correction officers and all these people to keep you in check, right? And gangbangers and other groups, you know, for the people who seek protection. But, you know, when you get out, people can run amok, right? And you see people come out and whatever. You have to build around yourself as much of a shield of what's good, because when the society gets finished picking apart at that, you have something left. So it's the same thing. The more that you're getting, the more you're actually retaining, whether you see it or not. And then you'll get more of it and more of it. And without even knowing it, you realize it's like, it's not even a double thought that today you didn't know bait was house. Tomorrow you can't forget it. Okay? So the next page, the next exercise, tamreen. Now this exercise, tamreen means exercise, okay? Tamarin is the plural, but tamreen means exercise. This is tamreen ithnain, tamreen number 2, right? This one is an exercise that you have to do that's asking the other type of question. The first exercise was ma haadhaa. This exercise is haadhaa, is this, which requires na'am aw la, yes or no. Okay, Aleph with the fatha and waw, aw means or. Almost sounds like it, right? Oh, so this asks the question that requires an answer. So the one here says, the first one says haadhaa bayt, is this a house, right? So we're gonna operate like polite society, right? So on the left is a picture of a masjid, and the question is this a house? So you're not gonna look at the person all crazy and say, la, man, get on out of here. You're not gonna do that. You're gonna say, la haadhaa masjid, okay? La haadhaa masjid. So that's what you're gonna write, la haadhaa masjid. The question now is, the next one is, haadhaa miftah? Yes.
You said the first question was, I had that date.
Yeah, it's a masjid to the left of it.
I know, but I can't make it.
You can't make the words out? Right, that's
I
okay.
had that, but can't make that the last one.
Okay, you'll be all right. I'm telling you it's bait. take my word for it. Because I didn't use my colorful nouns and kind of threw you off, right? Spoiled you with those big red and green words. See how that is? Put people in a little bit of struggle. And, ah!
And how did you answer? Did you say this one would be
Right. Naam, la haadhaa masjid. Right. So remember, when you see that aleph in front of the question, it's asking for a yes or no. Okay. So the next line is haadhaa miftah. Is this a key? On the left, we say column. Naam. Right. No, this is a pen. Naam. The next one is haadhaa qamisun. Qamisun, is this a shirt? Now the answer is na'am, haadhaa qamisun, right? And the bottom line, haadhaa najm, is this a star? The answer is na'am, haadhaa najm. So you want to write the question and the correct answer that applies to the picture, okay? Inshallah. And then the third exercise, you don't have to turn this in. This is for your practice. It's called Tamreen 3. It's Iqra Waktub. It means read and write. What's very important that you have to do, you have to read out loud. And I don't mean you have to read like everybody in the house can hear you, but You have to let yourself hear the sound of the words coming from you, because reading it in your head is not the same as actually being. And you find that you can sit here and read it like, and you in your head you flowing, but as soon as you start reading it and you have to pay attention to the vowels and everything, and you're gonna find when I say read and write, you'll notice that this exercise, what's missing here?
Vowels.
The vowels. Because after you've done the everything that we've been doing tonight, and after you've done the exercises, you now have sight words. That these words, they have a shape now. That you can almost guess what they are. Look, when you see the meme, the sin, the jim, and the dal, you know that's masjid without any vowels now. It's a sight word. It's masjid, right? What you do, you work with it. Meme, kaf, tab, bat, maktab, the desk, right? You see the qaf, lam, and the meme, qalam. You see, it'll come to you. You'd be surprised how it'll come to you, okay? You have the sin, the ra, the ya, and the ra. The only word it could be is Saudir. Like that, okay? It'll come to you. You'll see. All right, so now, here we go. The question that Seydou's been waiting for. We're on the screen now, where the question is, Man Haadhaa, Meme Fatanun, M-A-N, men. It means who. Man Haadhaa, who is this? Okay? Man Haadhaa, who is this?
It was homework up to this page, right?
Huh?
Up to the last page.
Yeah, but that last page, that's for you to do for yourself. That last exercise is for you to do, to read it and write it. It's not, you don't have to turn it in. What's your question? Man Haadhaa. Yeah. Man Haadhaa. What is this? Yeah. Yay. Yeah. Yay, you. Okay. So Man Haadhaa. Man Haadhaa, who is this? Now we're going to get proper with people, right? So men, they go there subgrouping again. I go through this.
Okay, this is lesson 2
No,
then?
no, no. This is still all part of lesson 1.
Well, we're gonna get ready to go.
No, yeah, I'm going to go too because I have to go to work. But we can get this piece of statement in though, huh?
Tell them about the jeopardy. Do them about the jeopardy. And tell them about the other thing.
Okay, but let me be proper because we also have people joining us online. So I want to, they're sitting there too, like, what is the guy doing? Okay. The Jeopardy game was something that we did on Wednesday. I'm trying to set up something we can do it every Wednesday. It's not Jeopardy, it's Path to Agenda, but I formatted, I wasn't that creative, so I imitated Jeopardy in it. I confess. Anyway, so we do that on Wednesdays. We come together and I set up questions and values, and you answer the question, you get, and then whoever has the most at the end will win something. There's a sister just won something yesterday. She has a book that we're gonna send her, inshallah ta'ala. So it'll be something beneficial, inshallah. Okay, so let me close out on men, and we're done. Okay, this first line you see here, it says men. Men Haadhaa. Who is this? Okay, it says men. Who is called ismu istifham. It's something that seeks an answer. It's a question, right? And then it says lil aqil. It asks a question regarding something with an aqil, with the intellect. So men is the word that you use when you're asking about a person, okay? Well, you're asking, if you want to say who created you, you're going to say who created you. You're going to use man. You're not going to use man. You're not going to call Allah what? See, right? So you know where man goes between yourself, angels, Allah, and who, okay? All right, are there any questions or comments? We're going to close now, inshallah ta'ala. I apologize again for the time that it took to get started, but I hope that we were able to get something in. I was hope if I had honestly, not coulda, woulda, shoulda, but just saying time-wise.
So if you say man Haadhaa, so the answer is
Haadhaa, and then whoever the person is.
Haadhaa tilmizun.
Right. Naam. Yeah. Naam. Haadhaa Seydou.
Haadhaa. But alhamdulillah.
You say, Oh, I say, Mananta, who are you?
Haadhaa said it.
No, you say Anna. I am Anna.
Anna said it.
Now, okay? All right. So we're going to close on that, inshallah ta'ala. Anything that was said that is correct is from Allah ta'ala. Any errors, any shortcomings is from myself and shaitan, and I seek refuge in Allah from him and seek Allah's forgiveness. We never want to mislead or be misled or provide wrong information. If I'm informed that something that I said or presented was incorrect, then I rectify it the next time we come together. I won't leave anybody, with something false. I seek Allah's forgiveness for you and for me. أقول قال هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت وأستغفرك وأتوب إليك وآخر دعوانا والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
I got a question.
Yeah, but what's your question, little girl?
My question is, put your face. Again, put your face. What are you doing?
Why don't you jazakallah khairan, Sheikh?
Can we get a hamburger?
Little girl.